Now I have the pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker tonight. Seeing her journey and the woman that she has become exemplifies rebuilding resilience. Please give a warm welcome to Katelynn Jenkins.
If you had told me 5 years ago that I would be where I am today, I would have hesitated to believe you. And by hesitated, I mean I would have thought that you were absolutely and completely insane. By most standards, I had a relatively normal childhood. I have one sister, and today I'm going to share with you my perceived reality of what happened growing up, regardless of what actually happened. So she's an athlete. She played lacrosse, karate, she still plays volleyball, and I'm a musician, an artist. I sing, I paint, I play guitar. And it sometimes seems like everyone was so invested in their athlete that they simply forgot about their musician. And I don't remember when or how it got bad, but it did. It was around middle school time, and everyone was really happy, but I couldn't remember the last time that I had had a good day. Everybody was laughing, but I couldn't get in on the joke. I withdrew, I became extremely irritable, and I even began self-harming, and eventually I tried to kill myself multiple times. Engulfed by this darkness, I'm going to read an excerpt from my poem After that I wrote in 2016. 5 years after I killed myself, I watched friends and family go to my grave. I watched them cry and struggle and try to wrap their heads around my death even all that time later. I watched my sister place flowers on my grave with a wedding ring on her hand, and I cried out when my mother and father released butterflies for me. I cried when I read the letters at my grave, and I tried to reach the body that was 6 feet under. I tried to remind her of the sunsets and children's laughter. I tried to tell her that my sister got married and that everyone missed me. I tried to tell myself to go back so that I could live all the wonderful things that were happening with those that I loved, but I couldn't scream loud enough. After struggling for many months and into years, after 4 short-term hospitalizations, everything came to a head on my first day of high school. I was sent off as a freshman on my first day. It was so overwhelming. There were so many people, there were so many expectations that I went home and I tried to kill myself. That landed me in a 6-month-long hospitalization. And when I got out, it was March 14th, and I didn't have a school to go to. I certainly couldn't go back to the school that had put me into a grave that I tried to dig. But then I was accepted into Avalon, and the Villa of Hope School is now called Avalon. Avalon is now called the Villa of Hope School. That's how I will refer to it. And I absolutely thrived. So it was an individualized setting, and I was able to get back on track to where I needed to be. My teachers really worked with me. So after losing what essentially was an entire school year, I began to find strength in ways that I could continue on my journey to recovery. There was even this one time, my English teacher, Mr. Fenton, he pulled me aside into a cubby after English class, and he said, "Is it okay if I give you some more challenging work, just so that you can work on it alongside of your peers and just get to where you need to be?" And I started crying because I thought that it meant that I was different in a bad way. He was just trying to get me to realize that I was different in a good way. Some other things that me and my social worker, Carrie, were able to discover was there's more than one athlete in my family. This past November, I completed my first 10K with my family alongside me. And I've also completed some other 5Ks, and it's something that really has helped that I never really explored as a child. On top of that, after losing really what was an entire year, I was able to combine my sophomore and my junior year, and I graduated a year early in essentially what was 2.5 years. I couldn't have done that without Avalon. So then the question came, that every 17-year-old wants to hear, so what do you want to do with the rest of your life? It's like, that's a great question. So I took a career aptitude test, naturally, and it told me what I'd be good at, which was just about everything except spatially. I don't work very well, which means I can't read blueprints, which is fine because I never really liked construction anyway. So then we looked at my temperaments, and that's what I could handle doing. And out of about 20 things, there were 2 things in the positive. One was the arts at about 13%, and one was management at about 87%. So I just want to be in charge and then get to sing and paint on the side. So with that, I applied to Roberts Wesleyan College, and I was accepted as an international business major with, after all of my scholarships coming in, what almost was a full ride. So there are 3 really large things that I was able to accomplish because of Avalon that I want to share with you tonight. So first, I love learning. And it may not seem like a big thing to you, but I never thought I was going to make it to my 16th birthday, let alone be 20 years old and a junior in college. Number 2, I am able to take calculated risks confidently and make decisions that I know are going to help me and aid me in my future. Last summer, I was invited to spend 3 months in Guatemala, and I lived there as a business management intern for a coffee shop. And it was big and it was scary, but I was able to handle the anxiety when it came with all of the skills that I gained at the Gala. So third, and this kind of comes as an offshoot from the first 2, this upcoming summer, I will be attending Harvest School. And that means that I will be traveling across Europe, the Middle East, and eventually landing in Africa, training under what I believe are some of the top missionaries in the entire world. Cool. Thank you. And again, I couldn't have gotten there without the things that I had gained while in high school. So I know you all probably know someone who has struggled with anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation, and I want you to think about them. The Villa of Hope took a chance on me to give me an opportunity to reach my full potential. They gave me an opportunity to realize who I could be. They took me from over here to the woman that I am today that travels the world. What if we all banded together and we decided to fight for opportunity? I think we could change a lot of lives. Thank you.